Welcome to Coffee with Ken.
Good morning.
Look what I have.
You always whip
What-
those bags out. What do you got back there?
What do you think I have in here?
I have no idea.
We're going to find out here on Coffee with Ken. We want to welcome you to Coffee with Ken
Good morning.
here on this Thursday morning. And we were here with Ken Brown, CEO of Destiny Global, and Butch McCracken.
He's back in the house.
He's back, our general manager here at Destiny Global. And I am Dr. April Brown, and I am Executive Vice President of Coaching here at Destiny Global. And we are so glad to be here today.
Yes, we are.
And
What's in the bag?
what you want to know?
Yeah.
This is a good cup of coffee. Enjoy your coffee with Ken this
enjoy
morning.
your coffee
Mm-hmm.
or tea. I do tea. It's an apple.
An apple.
It's an apple. It's a healthy bag. It's from Whole Foods.
Butch said that means whole paycheck.
We did see that. We saw someone spend
A
for
whole
10
paycheck.
items. Yeah.
Yeah. Can I finance those apples, please?
Anyway, the
But anyway.
point is it's healthy food.
Absolutely.
Tell me more.
And so I have an apple because what is the saying?
This an apple a day keeps the doctor
away.
Is that
And
true?
actually, there are studies that show
Well, you're a
that is
doctor.
true.
I don't
That
think you
is
want
true.
people eating apples if they're going to come see you, though.
Yeah, the thing is that it's how we eat.
Yes.
And decisions of how we eat, the choices that we make, and that aren't just for the decision that affects us that day. It's like what we choose to do today affects us
It does.
down the road.
That is
Fully.
very true.
Not just that day. We
Fully.
may pay that day, but we're going to pay a lot more down the road
Yeah.
That's right.
over
Butch,
time.
a couple weeks ago, had taken a trip somewhere, and I think it was the opposite of an apple a day.
Oh,
It was a Wawa hoagie all the
day.
way day.
3 a day. No,
amongst other
at
things.
least.
Yes.
That's
oh,
right.
my goodness. The pictures.
Yes, it was
The
quite
torture.
enjoyable. I absolutely loved it.
Couple inside outs, 3 of them. Is that correct?
That was for dinner the first night, yes.
For dinner the first night, which they're like
We're
3/4 of a
not-
pound each.
I don't think that this is the way that this is supposed to go. Like, how we're supposed to talk about healthy.
apple.
We're comparing and contrasting.
Okay. yes.
Good
'Cause
versus
last
not
week we talked
good.
about this with
Yes.
our Whataburger bag.
But Butch wasn't here.
Yeah,
I know.
he was out.
He was out.
Yeah,
Butch had travel
he's back.
things. He's back.
But this is what we're talking about.
Mm-hmm.
And were there some consequences? Be honest.
So I went with the mindset because I'm all about a lifestyle, right? And that's my favorite thing to do is eat. So
Like just.
My
just-
favorite
I
thing to
just
do
wanna
is to
die
eat.
if I can't eat my hoagie.
but I did go. In all honesty, I went with the mindset, and I said, if I put on 5 pounds, I'm okay with it, right? Because I exercise every day. So I got there and I put on 3, but since coming back, I lost those 3, and then I lost 3 more on top of that. So I
That's
went with
good
a plan,
job. You went with a plan.
plan.
knowing like not just
Not
go
just-
eat and
yeah.
and become bigger, right? I went with a plan
Mm-hmm.
that all bets are off when it comes to eating there, right? Because it's a lifestyle. I don't want
Mm-hmm.
to constrict myself in that moment,
Yep.
right?
So true.
But when I got back onto my plan. I got back onto what I do, and it came off.
Okay, that's good. And that is what we have learned
Yes.
with our
Yeah.
lifestyle choices. You have the treats and you have balance, but you have it in a plan. It's not just like on the spontaneous thing of you see something and you eat it. It's like
Right.
it's planned out, and even on like trips, it's like from when you're gonna start that, of like when you're gonna be like, okay, I'm gonna be a little bit more unrestrictive,
Right.
and then when you come back, like when that's gonna start again, like when that stops, like
Discipline.
it's done.
It's discipline.
It absolutely
It
is
requires
discipline.
discipline, and when you have discipline, you can do those things, and you can do that in any area of your life when you're applying discipline, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And the thing is that most of the time we don't think we're making decisions, but we are. but it's usually on the spontaneous moment of
Yeah.
just seeing something, and then we're more reacting to
Yes.
a desire instead of a plan.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, the saying there, an apple a day keeps a doctor away, means that you're incorporating something, you're making that a habit to do something good every single day, putting
That
something
has to be
nutrition.
every day. It's not, I ate an apple last year
for
and it
6
kept the
months.
doctor
Yeah.
away. It's daily.
Yeah.
It's
That's
like
true.
what you're doing daily. So
So true.
that is
Yeah.
so true. It's a daily decision. You have to make that up front. You have to make that in the very beginning and having a plan and meal planning, not
Yeah.
anyway, we're doing this on health, but this really is across the board on anything that you're doing.
This
Being
our
so
recent
attentive.
trip. You know, we had to do the same thing because things didn't go exactly as we planned, but we had a plan B if it didn't, and possibly even a plan C. We ended up, we had a trip to Fort Lauderdale a bit back and met with Food for the Poor, which was a fantastic meeting, fantastic organization. More coming about that soon.
Yeah. Well, we partner with King's Ransom.
That's correct.
With Food for the Poor. They're one of our partners.
They're a
to do work
very, very good
in
partner.
Mostly South America. And some
Yes.
Or no, Central America.
South and Central,
Yeah.
yes. But it really got back to knowing what we were going to do if this didn't happen, and we ended up going to the store. In fact, it was that store. It was Whole
It
Foods.
was Whole Foods.
But we made good decisions,
Yeah.
and we were able to actually eat in the hotel. We applied war on debt there because it could be gotten very expensive. And it's not even the fact that we could not have afforded, because we could do anything we wanted, but we made the choice, a disciplined choice, to get what we wanted in a health manner that aligned with our goals, because we were going to have a treat night, which we did. Really good. Right?
Yes. And actually, a funny story.
Let's hear it.
So
Oh, no.
we went to, it was a long time ago. When we were all in football, our kids were in football. I was a cheer coach, and my daughter was a cheerleader, and so we would have our football practice, and he was trainer and then a coach. Like, we were all a football family. Like, we did everything, and so we had literally every night we had a practice.
Practice or a
in the
game,
week.
except for Saturday and Sunday.
Yeah,
Yes.
and so we would usually eat out. Like, how are you gonna fix a
Sure.
dinner, and when do you eat, before or after? Like, and so we would go to this particular restaurant. And one time we went in this restaurant, and this was the best waiter, literally probably the best waiter we've ever had in our entire life. Like, he was so
At a Cafe
on
Brazil. I'm going to
ev-
say the name of the restaurant because it's Cafe Brazil in Richardson, Texas.
Yeah, when we lived in Dallas.
yeah.
And so he came, and he could hear. He had this supersonic hearing. Like, it was a crowded restaurant, and we didn't think he heard stuff. Like, my son ordered a drink, a Coke
root
or
beer.
something, a root beer, and and we're like, oh, he didn't hear that, and he brought the root beer. We're like,
Wow.
what?
So that led
Like, how on
me
earth?
to say something, right?
Yes.
Because on top of the counter, they had this beautiful display, and they had this like 6-tier or 4-tier, 3-tier, I don't know. It's a big cake, okay? Carrot cake. And I go,
And this
I'd
was
love to
the
have carrot
fluffy,
cake.
fluffy days. So
I'd love to have some carrot cake.
he
like
literally
this?
said it like that under his breath. Under his breath. And this waiter brought us for free. He's like,
Slice of
I
carrot
thought you
cake.
would like some carrot cake. And he came and brought us carrot cake. We were like,
Yeah.
and we talk about this like all the time. Like, it's in a regular conversation that we have pretty regularly. So we're at this restaurant, and I'll go and look, and I'm like, they have carrot cake. So, like, if we ever see carrot cake,
Keep listening,
like,
Butch. Listen to this.
and so, like, I literally, like, tonight's not the night. We're going to have free carrot cake, okay? And so, literally, because the food came so late, the waitress comes over and says, would y'all like some dessert? For free on us?
Yeah.
And I was like,
That's war on debt. So.
sure, carrot
Can't
cake.
argue with free carrot cake, right? So it actually went in the fridge that night because it did not align with
Yeah,
their
it didn't
goals,
align
because
for
we were
that night.
exercising the next day. We're
But
still
we were planning on having a treat, so we're like,
Yes.
we'll have it the next day. And it's an early celebration, and set for our anniversary.
Yeah.
So I was like,
you're so right.
and we literally she brought us 2 carrot cakes.
We
Did
each
you
got
eat
a
'em both?
slice. I did
No,
not.
and
we
we didn't
shared.
have it. Yeah, we didn't have it the same night either because we're like
Mm-hmm.
didn't want to have.
It's too much. And carrot cake is really, just FYI, goes really good for breakfast as well.
My wife says it's a vegetable serving.
It's a
vegetable.
part vegetable.
So
So,
true.
hey, you get in your vegetable.
I don't know
right.
if that's necessarily the wisest, but it aligned with our treat.
Yeah.
So again, having a plan.
Yeah.
Not just doing it willing, and even that we showed the self-restraint because it was so late, and they had brought our food so late. Like there was no way we should eat that carrot cake like that late at night, and we hadn't planned it. And we had planned, one time
For
when
dinner,
we're here,
healthy
we'll
was
have
actually good
some-
choices. The seafood
some
and steaks
dessert,
and stuff there.
So anyway, so
Okay.
yeah,
It was
I
good.
fit in. Anyway, that's
Have
our
you noticed
funny
we're getting
story.
all carried away about food? But you know
I
what?
know.
About making good choices is
Yeah.
really what in the law of decision.
Mm-hmm.
And using wisdom, which wisdom means that you're applying something over a period of time. You don't just make
Yeah.
one wise decision, as you said. Where do we talk about making wise decisions?
We do talk about that at our training.
What is it
First
called?
It's
Steps
called
to
First Steps to
Success.
Success.
Yes.
And it is in Atlanta. Yes, August 11th through 13th. And you do not want to miss it. It's getting so close.
Yeah.
It's like
Next
right
week.
here.
Yeah.
We're touching the door.
It doesn't,
Let's go.
It doesn't matter. You can still get a virtual ticket. You can still get an in-person ticket.
We still
and
have some
we
available.
have people that buy that week and get their ticket, get their
Some of you
airline
watching right
ticket,
now,
and
get your
their-
ticket and get there because
Yeah, you
we
don't
know
wanna
you're
miss it.
coming. You just haven't got your ticket yet.
Yeah.
That is the law of decision. Making that decision, that's your first decision to make to really how to turn your life around, how to learn how to make good decisions that are habits that like eating an apple a day that keeps the doctor
Right.
away. That you're continually making those decisions, not on autopilot, but really making decisions of having the life that you want.
Yeah, and
we
talking
do
about
that with our
that,
trainers.
it's so true. And Carmen's going to be doing a special teaching for the next gen on Thursday night. And
don't
it's
wanna
really
miss
important,
that.
no, because she's going to be teaching them how to start their own business.
Yes.
That was a huge request. Get your kids there. Listen to me. Start them early. It matters.
When we
It
all
matters.
wanted to have this from
Y'all-
the very beginning, and our kids.
Yes,
to
well,
have
there's
this.
already Chloe's
Well,
already
yeah,
applying it.
Chloe's
Right? She's already got her
applying
own business going.
But even younger, like
Yes.
the younger that they can learn these skills,
'Cause they can
the
absorb
better.
it.
Yeah.
It's just become
They
second
do.
nature then where we have to go through, wouldn't you have loved to know this stuff when we were young
Absolutely.
and
So powerful.
Yeah.
teenagers? This is crazy.
So good.
So,
So we always want to invite you. The information is below. Click that link. Get your tickets. Get there. Get your kids there too. And we want to see you there in Atlanta.
Yes.
yes, we
And,
do.
So anyway, we're so happy you joined us. Thank you so much for joining us for this edition of Coffee with Ken, and we'll see you next time.
Right. Like it, share it, tell
Bye.
everybody.
That's
We'll
right.
see you soon.
Bye.